The classic Call of Duty minimap returns along with iconic Black Ops 1 weapons, features, and game modes. Let's talk about the 5 reasons to be excited for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Hello, welcome to Induction Studios. I'm your host, a videographer, and yeah, it's that time of the year again. Next Call of Duty was announced. Announced a bit later than usual, but with everything happening this year, that is was to be expected. Overall, I've been pretty happy with Modern Warfare. I mean, there's a ton of content, ton of guns, amazing new features like cross-play, cross-progression, the Gunsmith, tons of weapons, beautiful animations, and a new physically based rendering, all this amazing stuff. Along with very frustrating things like skill-based matchmaking and, you know, Dark Corner McDougal hiding behind a door with his infinite claymore kind of shit that no one, literally no one asked for. But that's all behind us because Cold War multiplayer was announced, and looking at all of the trailers, all of the creators that were actually lucky enough to play the game, and listening to their thoughts, I've compiled a list of the top 5 reasons to be excited for Black Ops Cold War. Number 1, the Classic Minimap is returning. If you don't know, in Modern Warfare, they basically took the minimap you loved where it showed the player, the area around the player, and then the allies, of course. But then when an enemy would start shooting, if they didn't have a suppressed weapon, they would show up as a red dot. Well, they ripped that out of our hands and placed it on the compass at the top of the screen, so you would see red dots in the general direction of enemy shooting. The compass is still up there, I'm guessing, for Battle Royale and for directional callouts, but when an enemy starts shooting their gun, if they don't have a suppressed weapon, they show up as a red dot. Same thing for you. So this time around, actually having suppressors on your guns is going to be very valuable. Of course, the UAVs or spy planes this time around will sweep over the radar and show the locations of enemies whether they're shooting or not. Both Dead Silence or Ninja and the Ghost perks, and they are both perks again. Wait, Ninja is a perk? Always has been. It's back to their classic way. So Ninja, if you have it applied in your perk 3 slot, it makes your footsteps quieter, and Ghost, if you have it applied in your perk 3 slot, it makes it so that if you're moving around, and it doesn't have to be sprinting, but if you're moving around on the map with a radar sweep, you don't show up. If you sit in a corner, you'll show up with the radar sweeps. So you have to be moving if you don't want to show up on the radar, and you have to have a silenced weapon to not show up on the radar. Moving on to number 2. Boots on the ground. Of course, as soon as you found out that it wasn't going to be a sequel to Black Ops 4, it was going to be a sequel to the first Black Ops. This means it's in the 1980s. We're not going to be back to futuristic double jumping jetpack kind of thing. I think we're a few years from getting that rehashed again. So that's good. A lot of people are happy with the Boots on the ground Call of Duty that was introduced with Modern Warfare, and I think we're going to have that for at least another year. This means that because it's a sequel to Black Ops 1, a lot of people are saying it feels like Black Ops 1 gunplay and guns and like the art style and everything, but with the updated graphics and animations of Modern Warfare, and that's great. We get a lot of classic weapons back, like the Stoner LMG, the XM4, which I think is the next evolution of the Commando. Maybe we'll get the classic Commando as like a DLC weapon. The AK-47, the AK-74, which apparently is broken and god-tier meta weapon in the alpha, along with a dozen other weapons, but most notably is a score streak returning from pretty much every Call of Duty ever, the War Machine, which is that super overpowered grenade launcher. Rather than having the dolphin dive from the original Black Ops, sliding is returning. Apparently it's a faster, longer slide, but you cannot really slide cancel like you could in other games without canceling your momentum. There is no more super sprinting, it's just a regular sprint, but I think it is unlimited. I heard someone say it wasn't, but so mixed messages there. There's no mounting or leaning mechanic, and there are no doors. We can no longer create safe spaces. I'm sorry, snowflakes, this game is not for you. And finally, we're back to 150 health, like in Black Ops 4. There is no manual healing with a stim, it is automatic regeneration, and the time to kill is not quite as long as in Black Ops 4, so it's slightly longer time to kill than Modern Warfare, slightly shorter than Black Ops 4, so that middle ground is going to lead to more skill-based firefights and less just kind of random, whoever kind of has a seizure first gets the kill. Number 3, both the revolutionary Gunsmith from Modern Warfare returns, as long as Treyarch's staple features. With the Gunsmith returning, we have the ability to add at least 5 attachments on both weapons. You can edit your class in-game like you could in Modern Warfare, so that's nice when you unlock a new sight or a new gun in general. But being Treyarch, we have the return of Wildcards, and this adds some pretty interesting things. There's a wildcard that will allow you to put up to 8 attachments on your primary weapon, one that allows you to have 3 extra perks, and one called Lawbreaker, which is just crazy, which combines Overkill and the Greed wildcard. So you can put any weapon, both primary and secondary, in either of your primary and secondary slots, and have any 3 perks. So you could literally have 2 silenced weapons, and then have Ghost, Ninja, and Cold-Blooded, all in one class designed for ultimate covert operations. I'm gonna have fun with that setup. Speaking of primary and secondary weapons, shotguns are no longer the overpowered 725 malarkey of Modern Warfare, and they're secondaries now. So you got the Spaz 12 semi-automatic shotgun that can't necessarily always get a one-hit kill, but is really great as a secondary weapon, especially with that longer time to kill. And the final thing that looks like it's coming back that hasn't been around since a Treyarch game is lobbies staying together after a game. So if you have a really competitive lobby and it's like you got beaten the last time and you really want to up your game and beat the guys who were trash talking you, the lobbies stay together. And map voting. You can vote between 2 or 3 options for the next map/game mode, and if that comes back, yes, please. This leads to number 4. Along with returning features, we do have the crossplay, cross-progression, and now cross-generational play with the next generation consoles. So whether you buy this game on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, or the next generation Xbox Series X, Series S, or PlayStation 5, God, that's a lot of consoles out in the wild. You'll be able to all play together, and if you really want to buy it on multiple systems, the progression is all going to be transferring across the board. And the interesting thing now is with Warzone, the Battle Royale, it's still going to be free to play, and the evolution of Black Ops Battle Royale, you're going to still be able to use the operators and the weapons and the skins and stuff that you unlocked in Modern Warfare Battle Royale. But yeah, I wonder how it will feel weapon balancing last year's Call of Duty weapons with this year's. Maybe there'll be 2 different modes of the Modern Warfare Warzone with Black Ops Cold War Zone. If they don't call it Cold War Zone, I will be extremely mad. And finally, the new and returning game modes that are coming with Cold War. Ground War 12v12 is shaking things up a little bit with a new type of domination that has 5 flags instead of 3. The maps that these modes are on are dedicated larger maps, not nearly as large as the 32v32 Ground War maps from Modern Warfare, but there are very unique vehicles. So you have like boats with turrets on them, you have jet skis, you have snowmobiles. VIP Extraction is a new kind of evolution, I'm guessing inspired from like Rainbow Six and Counter-Strike, where everyone has 1 life, but there's a dedicated VIP that you have to protect to the other side of the map. From what I've heard, a lot of people don't like it as much as Search and Destroy. Maybe it'll be popular, we'll see. Fireteam looks like Treyarch's answer to Spec Ops. From what we've heard, we haven't seen any regular gameplay, just a trailer. It's a 4-player, looks like co-op experience where you go and you have certain missions, fighting through different objectives and fighting AI. I really hope it's not the complete broken trash that was Spec Ops. I'm still so disappointed that Spec Ops became what it did. There were way too many enemies, they were way too hard, and there was no cover. It was bad. It was just bad. The final point to wrap up this whole video, as far as a new / returning game mode, zombies. Zombies was teased, we don't know too much about it, but damn, that's a lot of zombies on screen at once. Yeah, I hope Zombies just remains to be a really fun co-op game mode to explore, find Easter eggs, and reach a high score. Let me know in the comments what feature confirmed in Black Ops Cold War are you most looking forward to, or are you just happy with Modern Warfare, not even gonna consider getting the next Call of Duty? I know when it comes to Call of Duty fans, I think we all just kind of get the next game because either we get tired of the last one or they stop supporting it. It's just kind of like a yearly curse that we cannot leave. Part of the ship, part of the crew. But if you liked this video, make sure to give that like button a press. If you didn't, well, there's that button too. Consider subscribing to Induction Studios for more on gaming, technology, and video production. I hope that you have a great day, a great night, a great life. Stay safe.